Happy season premiere episode from myself and my little co-host, Cowboy. Welcome to a new season of On the Couch. I am feeling a little emotional as this starts us on our 10 years celebration. It's our anniversary, my lovely viewers. And how fabulous is that? And what a journey we took together. The traditional gift is aluminum or tin. So feel free to send me some aluminum foil or a little tin can or something. I'm not that fancy. Joking aside, I'm hugely proud of this and how On the Couch, a show that our community has supported. You, our lovely viewers and audience, have loved it, and Rogers TV have championed it from the start. It is now 100% going down in history as the longest running 2S LGBTQIA plus talk show in Ontario, and I'm pretty sure in Canada's history as far as I know. I will get more emotional when we have our big 10-year celebration episode during the season, where we are going to invite 10 guests from over the seasons to celebrate with us. But what I'm hugely excited about is the theme that we are bringing into this year of celebrations. This year, we are going to take a deep dive down memory lane and bring on the show the legends, the trailblazers, the classics, the community icons. I want us together, you, the audience, and myself, to learn about our past history, the progress that we made in our community over the years, the stories of the old days, hoping by the end of the season, if you are a queer person, you would have got a picture mentally of what came before us to get us to where we are now. And if you are a non-queer person, you'll get a chance to learn valuable community history. So, who better than my first guest to get us started on our journey? An icon of our community and of the drag community. If you don't know her, then you need to look up more of our community history. She is still out there performing in spite of getting up in age. Please help me welcome to the show the incomparable, the legend, the delightful Fontaine. Hello, Fontaine.
Hello, how are you?
I am doing wonderful. Welcome to the show, darling.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
How is your day going?
Very, very good. I'm excited.
You're looking beautiful, and I love the lip gloss. It's gorgeous.
Oh,
I love the
oh,
glitter.
sure.
Everyone in the community who I mentioned to that I am going to have Fontaine on the show was like, "Oh my God, didn't realize Fontaine is still doing drag." Your bio tells me you're still doing fundraisers, weddings, bar mitzvahs, and more. I love that you're still out there promoting and living it up. What is your philosophy on that? What keeps you going?
Um, well, we're starting drag. It was kind of like a hoot and illegal and all that. But
Uh,
once I got into fundraising, I really jumped into that for about 40 years. Everything I did was a
so
fundraiser.
that so
Time we needed. We
that's what
needed.
drives you that you can make money for the community
Yes.
using drag as an art. That's a beautiful reasoning. What a beautiful A lot of people in this day and age are looking for fame and fortune. So it's really
Um,
wonderful to hear from somebody who's doing it because they can bring back and give back. Um, what is your typical day like these days?
as a man,
As a man, as a human, as
uh, well, I'm 76 years old, so I sleep in, I put
nice.
my teeth in, and I go out and greet the world.
You only do drag when you're doing a function.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right.
Yeah, I'm really an actor. I also do piano. I've been
You do.
quite a professional piano player.
Oh, you play piano. Beautiful. That's
And
beautiful.
I mix that into some of my acts if there's a piano with the drag rather than
You
just,
do? Oh, you
drag.
perform some live piano while you're doing drag. Beautiful. Cool. We have lots to talk about, but I'm going to take a quick break. And audience, don't go anywhere. I will be back with the one and only Fontaine.
I love my lips. My beautiful lips. I love my eyes. My beautiful eyes. I respect nature. I love all living things. Beauty is kind. I am beautiful. Love the earth. Love your life. Live life healthy.
And we are back with the lovely Fontaine. And Fontaine, what do you think? Why do you think drag has such a prominent and revered place in our community?
Well, drag started when it was illegal. When we were beat up and you couldn't dress up legally because you'd be arrested, we were on the forefront when it came to the bathhouse raids, when it came to all the riots. The queens were out there forefront fighting for us, even in drag, and we're still here.
I remember that. Oh, what a beautiful thing to say. And I remember the days. And yes, absolutely, community. And those who, again, don't know parts of communities, a lot of our human rights and a lot of our activism and marches have always been led by drag queens, by very diverse community, by people of color, trans community. So
And drag queens also were the first to start doing benefits.
got it. Raising
They were
funds
the
for
first.
community. Yeah. You got your start in the 60s, along with other legends such as Rusty Ryan, Miss Goodwill, Michelle DeBerry, Madame Melba. How and where did you get your start, your drag name? What else do you remember that you can share with us about the beginning of this journey for you?
Okay, well, Michelle DeBerry started me way back when
Okay.
and nurtured me. And I've been on stage more or less ever since. There was wonderful people like Ellie Mae,
Okay.
who was such part of the community in those days. You know, we're forefront. She started me, and I progressed.
Who gave you your name?
Oh, I was called, see, I got married, so I left drag for a while. When I
Yeah,
came
we can
back, I was Vanessa.
Okay.
And in those days, there was a Vanessa. So
Okay.
I didn't want to come out and all of a
Same
sudden
name.
it's like two Fontaines coming out. That ain't going to be pretty. So I was doing a show with Rusty Ryan, and then he said, "Well, what do you change your name to?" And I'm thinking, well, you know, Fontaine Dior and all. He said, "Oh
Yeah.
no, Fontaine," and threw me out.
Nice. Nice. Was there, from the sounds of it, from what I'm hearing, is there was a lot of support between performers back then? There was a lot of people accepting and welcoming and trying to help you get there?
Yes, in those days, well, we were very close. The queens.
Okay.
We helped each other. Don't forget, we couldn't get wigs in those days and high heels, and you go to the bay and try them on, and oh, you look lovely. In those days, you were beat up in the store.
Yeah, I heard that they would kick you out because you're in a women's store trying to buy women's clothes. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So so obviously because of that, there was a lot more need to support one another.
Oh, definitely, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Fair enough. Okay, well, you mentioned it, but it was part of what I was going to chat with you about. In the late 60s, you took a break from drag. What happened there? What did you do?
Well, you know, I married my high school sweetheart,
Right.
and we were married for 10 years, 3 children,
Nice.
and after 10 years, I had 5 grandchildren.
Oh, wow.
And then she abandoned us. She left us. So I was left with 3 infants, end up getting custody of them and alimony and support.
Wow.
So I raised my kids while I was doing drag. So they're very open-minded.
That's beautiful, actually. So you have 3 wonderful children and grandchildren. That's a great journey. And then you came back to drag. What I hear is your comeback, your big comeback was during DQ 88.
Yes.
Let's reminisce on that for a bit and tell those who may not know the significance of the DQ events in our community's history. DQ was some of the major events that happened annually. What can you tell us about that?
Right. Well, DQ was a yearly production of, if you were a queen, you were in it, even though it was a professional show. And the skits, the comedy, and the ones who weren't really stars would be dancers in the back and all that. And they raised, it was like hundreds of thousands of dollars a year for Casey House.
Yes.
And it became a yearly thing. And I was honored to be, GQ 87 was the first. Okay. And people started saying, why aren't you in it? Well, I just came back to Toronto. So I auditioned for 88 and actually got a solo spot in it.
Nice.
And that started me from there on.
I arrived in Canada in 89, but I did attend the very tail end of the last couple of years of DQ. And what a show. I mean, really. And what Fontaine said, there was like skits and comedy and dances, and I actually knew some of the backup dancers, and it was quite a production, and it was for an amazing cause, and a lot of money was raised back then. Beautiful. You hold a very impressive list of titles. You have been Miss Cavalier, Miss Kobe's, Tracks, Boots, and more. And again, for those who don't know, these are some of our most iconic dance spaces in our community's local history. What's your proudest title from all of those? Is there anyone, or do you love them all equally?
Well, they were all a different experience. Like Colby's was like the Studio 54, like that type of thing.
I loved Kobe's, my favorite.
Oh, yeah. Then I ended up going to Cavaliers. Now, Cavaliers originally was a fine restaurant, and Yonko bought it and made it into the barn. And
God, right. I was trying to think of Cavalier, but I forgot that was the barn. And when you mentioned
I'm educating you.
Okay.
And he kept the dining room downstairs where I was doing shows, and then the leather, and that was upstairs. And he was a wonderful, wonderful man. But apparently he was killed.
He was. If you don't know the history, there was a murder in our community of the owner of the barn, yeah.
And he was a wonderful person. Then I went to Boots.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Stenhouse was just a hoot. He was kind of the owner, kind of, one of those, well, deal with me, honey.
I had to deal with all of them, like Dean, Yanko, all of those, because they used to advertise in publications that I worked at. So yeah, they're all very much their own characters.
Right. And then one more, Tracks. Like Steve Rosen was involved with that. What a godsend that man was to the community.
He was.
He passed on. Yeah, I was Queen Mum Tracks and then Miss Tracks.
Oh, cool.
But the fundraisers that I was able to do with the help of a bar like those to back me. So I was very proud.
They did? Were they? Well, so you, from what I'm hearing, is they were supportive?
Well, don't talk to the police.
You also represented Pizza for 10 years in the Pride Parade and appeared in a couple of documentaries, Take Me to the Prom and St. Charles Tavern. Again, everyone, that's an iconic space in our history. But what caught my attention was that you opened for Elana Miles, Come Back to Her. How was that?
Well, wonderful. I mean,
Yeah, cool.
the next day, the big shots called me and said, everybody's talking about you. She never,
Not about her.
she never became a comeback, and I saw why.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm glad you got what you want, what you need. You have done a lot of, you have done a lot, and these beautiful and significant accomplishments and body of work. If you look back at all of it, what just comes to mind? If you look back at all those years and all those things, what do you feel about it all?
No, good things. Even when we were beat up in the old days, running in alleys and all that, good things.
I love that.
The people, the getting together, the support, the people who supported the benefits that I put on. And I don't take the credit. It was the help of the staff, the other queens to put on a benefit, let's say, that I put on. So I don't take the credit. You got to have it. My history is all that togetherness.
Thank you. You know what? Honestly, I'm talking to my audience too. I'm almost started crying when Fontaine was talking, just because we've had, and you all know who's watching, we've had a lot of demonstrations and a lot of hate and a lot of that. And when Fontaine was what Fontaine was saying, just reminded me of how the perseverance of our community, even when we are beat up and when we are put upon, we find the beauty in it. The beauty of helping the world, the beauty of supporting one another, the beauty of raising funds for those who need it. We don't stop, and that's what you need to take out away from lessons from the community. Is we're a very resilient and very loving and very kind community. Thank you, Fontaine. How do you see the difference between a drag performer between drag performers back in the days and now?
Okay. What I think, number one, is that comedy is missing in the drag.
That's true.
No
comedy is missing comedy is missing in general. People lost their sense of humor these days. But
yeah. And in the old days, you used to do a look-alike, like Barbara. We had Barbara Streisand, Ginger.
It was more about the celebrity impersonation.
Gail Bar, but they look like them.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. They don't look like any stars, but I don't have the energy they do. I mean, they jump up and down, and
they do jump and twirl.
The bathing suits. No, I'm 76. I ain't going to wear a bathing suit and jump. I can't. But they've really brought it out into the forefront. Like, thank God they don't have to really worry about benefits and all that.
That's a very beautiful observation.
They're continuing it in a very
they get just to enjoy it for now. Yeah. Cool. So when you perform now, do you still bring back some of the old style?
Everything I do is old style.
It's still, yeah, cool. Okay.
I don't no, I'm not going to wear a bathing suit. I'll wear $1,000 gown. I mean, I'm old fashioned.
And I actually love it. I really appreciate the classic drag too. What would you say to a young person who wants to get into performing in drag?
Don't do it.
There's your advice, people.
Don't do it. Number one, the competition, and number two, you're going to lose half the friends that wanted you as a man.
Fair enough.
You're going to have ones who want you like this. Don't do it.
We're going to take another break, everyone. And thank you, Fontaine. And then we will be back with the legendary drag artist, Fontaine. Back again with the lovely Fontaine. We're having a really great look at a lot of history of our community. Your famous line is, "What the world needs now is love." I love that. I think it's a beautiful thing to spread more love in the world. In this section, we try to get to know a little bit more on a personal level about our guests. So whatever they would want to share with us, tell us a little bit about your upbringing. Where were you born? Big family, small family?
I was born in Ottawa,
Oh, you're an
Canada.
Ottawa girl.
I'm born in Ottawa, 1947, raised by an Orthodox Jewish family.
Nice.
So my mother taught me, when you're going to make an entrance, make an entrance. I do.
That sounds like that. That sounds like that'd be a mother.
And I had a bar mitzvah and all that,
Nice.
Circumcised, they cut an inch off.
All Jewish thing.
12.
Siblings? Do you have siblings?
Yeah, but I don't know them. We come from a split family, so
Okay,
I don't know them.
Cool. What's your current home life? Are you living by yourself? Any pets?
Oh, yeah, I have a cat.
You have a cat? Cool.
A cat. No more lovers. I was married to a woman. I was married to a man for 8 years. Now I'll go to a cat.
They're nicer. How do you keep up with what's your routine to keep your energy to continue being active?
Well, waking up every day, first of all. And then if I have a show, it's just like, whoa, yeah, that really kind of
it's the high of the performance, right? Yeah.
But a normal day, I watch the Golden Girls on TV.
You too. I love the Golden Girls.
Watch and do a joint. I sit home.
Nice. I'm going to to close the show. We usually have some questions that just whatever comes to mind. So I'm just going to ask you a bit to get to know you.
One word answer?
It could be more than one word. Don't worry about that. But your favorite color?
Blue.
Your favorite season of the year?
All of them. But
all of them? Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I'm Canadian. I'm used to it.
I've never had that answer on the show, but your favorite flower?
The rose.
Roses, cool.
The
okay.
rose.
Your horoscope? What's your horoscope?
Leo.
You're a Leo. Do you believe in horoscope?
No.
Not really. No, you don't. You don't open the first thing in the morning. You look at your horoscope.
I don't want to find out if I'm going to get hit by a bus. I'll experience it.
What makes you laugh, Fontaine?
I take everything and try to make, even if it's a negative, I try to make it a positive. Oh There's too much negative out there. I want to go out, I want to laugh, I want to make you laugh. Like, it's...
What a fantastic disposition on life. God, I wish there's more people like that. Your favorite time of the day? Are you a morning person or an evening person?
Oh, no. You can call me up till 2 in the afternoon, but I don't talk or function. So 2 on.
That's nice. What you're coming home from a long day, whatever, what would you pour? What's your favorite drink to pour to just relax from the end of the day kind of thing?
Okay, I don't drink.
You don't drink? Good for you.
So I live on coffee.
Coffee's good.
Coffee.
Do you have a song that you've been listening to recently a lot?
Oh, all of them. I'm so into Motown, and
are you?
Anyone that comes up, boom.
Classic, beautiful. Okay. Do you have any quirks? Something that you do that's kind of odd.
Take a look.
The drag.
Wow.
Do you have any pet peeves?
Oh, I hate everything.
No, you don't. No, you're lying now. You don't. You're a loving person. I'm discovering that as we talk. What job would you be terrible at?
Oh God. Well, I used to work at Chrysler's when I was married on the line in Windsor.
Oh, did you? Oh, God.
Then I came to Toronto and I got into the funeral business.
Oh, did you? Cool. Okay.
That's how I learned to do this.
You learned it from doing dead people.
Yeah. 15 years.
Oh, did you really? Wow. Okay,
And then I tried to find a lover, and I may as well have gone to the funeral home.
but you weren't terrible at those. So,
oh no, I won 15 years. I had no complaints.
Do you have a favorite film of all time?
Oh my God, there's so many coming up too. Some good ones. I like black and white.
You do? Cool.
Like
Me too.
Alfred Hitchcock, Betty Davis. Come on, you don't like Betty Davis.
You should be executed. No kidding. but yeah, I All About Eve, all those things. Sunset Boulevard. I love those. I love those classics. What dish do you cook? Do you like to cook?
No.
No, you're not a cook.
I raised 3 kids. I cooked 3 meals a day till they were 18. I go home now and thank God for a microwave.
Just throw it in the microwave. Are you usually an early person or a late person to an appointment?
Late.
You're a late person. How do you spend your weekends?
The same, watching the Golden Girls and doing a joint.
I like your system. It's just pretty coffee and joys and Golden Girls. Yay. Well, we come to an end of our chat together. It was lovely, and I hope you had a good time with me.
This is just something I really appreciated, and thank you for letting me make fun, because that's what we need.
I love it. Thank you, everyone, for watching. What a lovely guest. What a lovely way to start our 10th anniversary season. And I love you, and thank you for watching. You mean a lot in the world to us. Oh, look, Cowboy just popped up to say goodbye too. And you can find us on Facebook at / visit us on the couch. You can watch a lot of what we do. Sometimes we do weekly shows as well online. So there's that. And again, thank you for your support and look forward to a wonderful season together. Take care and love yourself.